You are watching Jurista Official TV. Expose the truth.
So here we have our adhesive cover. Like the way you see this book here, this book is for MNG. Alafu advantage ya kitabu ya MNG inakuwa na place ya kuandika date na page number. Sawa sawa? Yeah. Na ni clean. Unaona venye inakaa? Yeah. Even the volume ukiangalia kitabu ni ya 120 pages mwalimu. Compare 120 pages ya these other companies and what you have as MNG, can you compare? It's bigger and it's better.
And CBC has been a great challenge to many of the parents because it was introduced without a notice to the parents, and they thought that it is going to be less costly, whereas it is more costly than even what Mwai Kibaki, the former president, had done to the institution of the government primary and secondary schools. A new regime has been introduced by William Samoei Ruto, that is the implementation of CBC education, and therefore there is, because of the tax force, then the things are going to be changed. The CBC was introduced during the reform of Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta, and therefore has been introduced without enough finances to undergo with them. And therefore there are some of the changes that has been introduced to this regime, from this regime, that primary junior schools, that is PP1 to grade 9, to be managed as one, and therefore will be learned as in one school. And term secondary dropped from junior and senior secondary schools, and therefore there will be nothing other than term, but these things shall be learned as one, and therefore we shall not have secondary as it was therefore initially, but will be called as senior secondary schools. National, extra county, county and sub-county categorization is now scrapped out. And therefore, when going to the tertiary school or the senior secondary, then these things shall not be there in grouping of the students according to their performance, but we shall see as the things goes on. A mandatory 3 months community service program after the senior secondary and before tertiary institution. So therefore, someone who is a completion of senior secondary have to go a mandatory 3 months service to the community, a mandatory 9 months community service program after tertiary course. So therefore, somebody who is who completed the tertiary course, that is in campus colleges, will have to undergo a 9 months community service to the government, and therefore to get the employment in the government or other institutions. Institutionalize environment conservation, climate change actions in all schools, and therefore there will be things that are going to change inside the schools for the making the climate understandable and conducive for the student. Remember, subscribe, like and share to Jurista TV.